So here we go.
Oh. Testing. Welcome to Three Views, the podcast where three brothers,
Thane.
Garrett,
and Gaucho.
That's us.
That's us.
review a variety of products, feelings, experiences, and senses. Two of us know what we're reviewing. One doesn't, but has to play along and give their honest review, and then guess what we've been reviewing at the end of the episode.
And we're back.
We were just getting into
Talking Robert. Talking
about paying our fans to praise us.
I give you a high five. If you didn't notice, we again do not have Gaucho with us. He was supposed to be back this week, but there was a mix-up, and he was incorrectly targeted as part of a Croatian prank show and was kidnapped as part of that prank show. So they've kind of filmed a whole big elaborate prank. You can see it on Croatia's premier streaming service, Klumbup. And
what was that?
Klumbup.
Got it.
Yeah. It's available only in Croatia, and it's the only one that they have over there. If you use NordVPN, maybe you can trick your computer into thinking you're in Croatia.
One more time. What is it called?
Klumbup.
Klimbup.
Klumbup.
Klimbup.
Klumbup.
Do Croatians not use any vowels?
There's a U in there somewhere.
Oh, okay.
The only letters are K, C, and U, and they're used multiple times, and there's more letters than you'd think.
And not in the order that you would think. In the place of our brother Gaucho, we have another special brother that is my wife.
It's me, Jillian, not a brother.
No, I did not marry and kiss my brothers.
Well, you for sure didn't marry them.
And I don't kiss my brothers on a daily basis, but that's only because they live 14 hours away from me.
Running or?
Yeah.
14.
If you're running and I'm running towards each other, 14 hours. If you guys are running away from me, 17 hours. I'm fast as hell.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah, Jillian, do you want to introduce yourself to our wonderful fans?
Yeah, like they said, I'm his wife, and I'm happy to be here. Thane just gave me a note that I should project and talk louder, so I'm gonna do that. In case you didn't catch it the first 2 or 3 times, I'm his wife.
She is my wife.
Just like from Borat.
Just like from Borat.
We followed the Boratic tradition. Yeah, we're really happy with that choice, so
nice.
I'm excited to be here.
I think most people that I've talked to about it are pretty happy with that choice.
About Jillian and I being married.
Yeah, like everyone that I know that knows the two of you and that you're married is pretty stoked on it.
That's really good to hear.
Yeah, that's good feedback. Yeah. Is there anything that we could do to make them more happy about it?
Give Garrett money.
Okay.
I
Is
think is
that
the
it?
main.
Okay, so bribe you to tell us what we want to hear.
Yes, exactly.
Got it.
I'm so sorry. Can you
What
hear
is
Josiah screaming in the
Yeah,
background?
very clearly? Yeah,
And
I
the audio is
recognize
picking
the
it up?
song.
yeah.
Actually, what song is that?
Dear Maria, I got you.
Dear
I'm gonna
Maria.
go
I was listening to
see
that
if we can not do
earlier.
that.
Whoa.
'Cause I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle.
I'm the pen.
Make it count when I'm the one who's selling you out. 'Cause it feels like stealing hearts, calling your name from the crowd. Whoa. Take a breath and let her rest, come easy. Never settle down, just the cats, but cats believe me.
Always
Wanting more.
'Cause I got your picture, I'm coming with you,
Dear Maria, count me in.
I can take all of that, overlay all of it, and get us all singing in sync, and it will be beautiful.
That's
Movie magic.
a chorus of
We
Dear
har-
Maria's.
We harmonized.
Wow.
I think I don't know anything. I don't know anything about music. Well, let's get into.
I think that just means you sing at the same time.
Is that what it means?
That is not what that means.
Nah, it's just that's all it means. It doesn't even have to be the
That's
same song.
Well,
Yeah.
technically, harmonization doesn't have to be the same song. It's more the notes. It's okay. We can talk more about the actual podcast now.
Jillian knows a lot about music, and I know a lot of music, but I don't know anything about it.
I've listened to quite a bit.
I've listened to it extensively.
I'm honestly really good at listening to music.
I'm probably one of the best there is too at that in the world, listening to music. You want to start with some highlights of it?
Yeah, we can get into some highlights.
Let's do the episode then. I like how kind of cathartic it feels. I like that it just it's very primal and it's a very base urge, but it just feels so good and cathartic to let it when it happens. It feels really good, and just there's like a lot of energy that you can feel like flowing through you, and I think that's a big highlight of it for sure for me.
Yeah, it's almost like a pain that in a good way.
Like when you scratch a bug bite, but it like just feels so good to just scratch at it.
Yeah, and if that bug bite didn't have like toxins just underneath your skin and it was not bad to do that, that's what this is. Yeah,
Yeah.
in a just it there's it's a really good way about it.
I'd say another highlight is you have to earn it for it to really hit just right. You gotta put in the work, and I appreciate that about it.
Yeah, you don't want anything that's like some kind of half-ass.
You don't want half an ass.
You don't want half an ass. No, that's for sure.
I think there's something to be said about something like this that provides so much like emotional release, especially if you've put in the work to earn it. There's, I think, not a lot of things that can produce that kind of emotional tension release.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, and it's I don't have nothing to follow up the start of that sentence.
Yeah, and it's like that, and it's good, and I like it.
It's almost like Garrett hasn't had caffeine today. That is
Oh no.
a little sluggish in the brain and the body and the soul.
That's rough. It's a little too late in the day for caffeine.
Yeah, It was a choice. I drink too much caffeine and gotta not be doing that.
Feel that I try to quit caffeine about every 5 or 6 months, I'd say, and I do for maybe a month, and then I pick it back up. Sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah.
I got a question for you two. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
I think so.
What is your preferred venue for this activity?
I would say I only do this when I'm alone or with somebody that I trust very closely.
That's me.
Yeah, it is you. Or like my mom, probably.
Okay, yeah.
I venue. I would say my preferred venue is like probably in front of my house, really late at night.
That's a good one. There is a Maverick just south of Payson, I think. It's about halfway between us and St. George. And so, like, trips that we've taken to St. George, this is a good stopping point. And I think right there for me is like the one that comes to mind first and is like real good.
Is it the Point of the Mountain one?
No, it's further south than that. It's like, you know that one?
I think so.
Is that south of Payson just barely?
Yeah, I could look on the map.
I don't. If I'm being honest, I don't know where the point of the mountain is. I had it in my head that all of the mountains had points at the top.
Oh yeah, but it's
I don't really.
it's the point though, like the purpose of the mountain.
Maybe more towards Nephi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between Payson and Nephi, I think.
This is going to be super compelling for anybody that knows the one that we're talking about.
Yeah, if you know that Maverick, you get it. If you don't know that Maverick or you don't know Maverick,
Then fuck right off.
then you don't get it.
Then you're not getting your cinder block payment this week.
Or a doorstop.
No doorstops, no cinder blocks.
Neither for you.
Lots of big promises that you guys make.
I cried again this week. It was way sooner than 6 months. It shouldn't have happened. It was not a controlled environment.
Oh no.
Ugh. That's not a good cry.
Bad cry, bad.
Bad, naughty, bad cry. That's not what we're reviewing. You got a question?
I have a question for the two of you.
Nice.
When was the last time you did this? Lots of silence to edit out on this one.
I want to say it was probably. Usually this happens like after a really long journey. And I had like a 2-hour plane ride back home from Arizona a few weeks ago. And so that's not necessarily a long journey, but I also had to drive home after, which was another 2 hours. So by the end of that, this was happening for sure.
I want to say something.
That's generally the goal in these podcast things.
So you gotta be saying something.
Gotta be saying something.
You can just make shit up.
Yeah, that's true. I can just lie online, and it's one of my favorite activities. I think that the last time I did this was when was the last time we took a trip?
We went to my mom's house for Christmas.
Did we drive there?
Yes, we drove. It was 12 hours one way.
Holy shit! How did I blocked that whole thing out of my memory up until just now.
It wasn't fun.
Yeah, the whole 12-hour. No, how long was that drive? Was it 12 hours?
About 12 hours, 12 or 13.
12 to 13 hours. That whole drive back, Ranger was like so stressed out of his mind that normally he's so loud in the car, but he was so stressed that he was just like dead silent the whole drive home.
Except for he was breathing really loud right into our ears.
And it was somehow more distressing to me than him
Like
like
loud whining.
screaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that there were a couple points on that trip where I was just like, I gotta stop. I gotta take that good break and yeah, probably okay. That was that trip. Christmas this last year.
For me, it was Monday. Technically Tuesday, because it was like I think it was past midnight. It was probably 1 in the morning or so, and
Hmm.
just got home, coming back from Tucson, and yeah,
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona, and that was it.
Nice. Have you got a question?
Oh, I do have a question. Would you be uncomfortable doing this in front of your mom?
No,
No, and I think that I have. I have. I will
I
say
definitely have.
confidently, I have, and I probably will again sometime.
Yeah, I've done it in front of Thane's mom too.
Phyllis?
Yeah, and Gouch's mom too.
Dang. And Jillian's mom?
Mother-in-law?
Maybe to some
Jillian's
degree,
mother-in-law
probably.
is your mother.
What's that?
Jillian's mother-in-law is your mom.
Oh, mother-in-law. Yes.
Nice. How about you, Jillian?
Yeah. I already said my mom is one of the people that I feel comfortable doing this in front of.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
True.
forgot about that.
Yep.
Would you do this in front of my mom?
I think so. I think your mom is super cool.
I think my mom is super cool.
Yeah.
She's the
I don't even.
best.
She doesn't even have to pay me for me to say that. I'll say that. No cinder blocks required. You hear that, Mom? But if you wanted to throw a few cinder blocks my way, I wouldn't say no.
If you wanted to throw some cinder blocks at me.
Again.
Again.
No, my mom has never thrown cinder blocks at me. That was the other parent. Do we want to talk about some sponsors?
Yeah, did we get sponsored this episode?
We, in a big way, got sponsored this week.
Yeah, it's a really big deal. NASA actually reached out and they said that you didn't talk about enough science on your show, so they wanted more science
Nice.
talked about on your review. Yeah. So they wanted me to talk about the Earth's magnetic field. So if we could just have a really scholarly conversation about that.
Yeah.
I have prepared a few fun facts just to get us going. First off, the Aurora Borealis.
That's a fun fact.
I've seen that with my
You
eyeballs.
have in real life?
Yeah, when I lived in Alaska.
Oh, I forgot that you lived there. That's so cool.
I wasn't far north enough to see like the full sky of just everything all at once, but it was definitely like short green flashes that would go off every like 10 seconds for hours and hours. It's very cool.
That's so beautiful. Well,
That's so
we
tight.
wouldn't have that without the Earth's magnetic field, so thank you.
Are there southern lights?
I think so.
Is the Aurora Borealis? I don't know much about that. I know about magnets, but I don't know much about the magnetic field. So this is really good that they're sponsoring us.
It says yes. In the southern hemisphere, it is called an aurora australis, or the southern
Whoa.
lights. That's super cool.
The penguins just getting turned, and the orcas.
and the orcas. Also compasses. Where would we be without them? They only work.
We wouldn't
because
know.
of the magnets.
We wouldn't know.
That's a great point. We would all be lost.
Yeah, they are
We
great.
knew where we are, but we wouldn't know it.
My third fun fact is that the Earth's magnetic field protects our planet from cosmic radiation, which cosmic radiation kind of sounds like an indie band name to me. So protects us from cosmic radiation and from the charged particles emitted by our sun.
They would have an album called Influx.
Yeah, they would.
And then like also Reflux.
Oh, Reflux, the B-side tracks for that album.
And then they would
Reflux.
have one called Acid Reflux.
That's when they were going through their party era.
That's
Cosmic
their party era.
radiation.
Cosmic radiation particles emitted by our sun.
Yeah.
Science is cool as hell, man. I started watching the show Three Body Problem, and then Netflix kicked me off because I don't live in the same house as my mother-in-law. So I started reading the book Three Body Problem. It's about science. It's pretty cool so far.
Pretty cool sciencey book. I have an interesting Earth's magnetic field fact. And you know those little magnets that are shaped like snake eggs, and you pop them, you hold one in each hand, and then you throw them in the air, and they clack together, go.
Yeah,
those are magnets, and if you throw them high enough, they would probably just stick to the atmosphere up top because it's magnetic up there.
Because the air is magnetic.
Yeah, it's basically just like a big refrigerator door up there.
And why don't we throw all of our trash to the sky?
Well, if you throw enough things up there, then eventually it would be too dark.
And then the astronauts couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we figured that one out.
But maybe we could kind of treat it just like God's fridge door. Like if we draw something good enough, then he'll put it on there for a month.
And we've just never as humans made anything good enough.
That's what Michelangelo was trying to do with the Sistine Chapel. He was like, "Here's my bid to put this on the fridge," and God was like, "That's really good."
He said,
"You can leave that right there.
It's really close, but it's too heavy."
He's like, "It's too heavy. Why'd you put it on stone, bud?"
You connected it to a building, man.
That is such a bummer too, because he went through all the effort of making sure it looked good from underneath, and then it was just,
oh my gosh, you're right.
And then it just ended up not being up in the sky on God's fridge, and instead was just in some boring building on the ground.
Some boring building on the ground.
You're telling me a cis teen built this chapel?
You're telling me a gingerbread?
No.
You're telling me a shrimp fried this chicken?
Shrimp fried chicken.
Shrimp fried chicken.
It's my favorite kind of chicken after half-baked chicken.
You're telling me a chicken fried the steak?
You're telling me a chicken crossed the road. Why?
You're telling me a chicken cord on this blue? Oh, I think that NASA has a point, though. I don't think that we're scientific enough.
Yeah.
We should talk more about the shrimp that fried the rice.
Well,
you guys honestly could lead a study in that, I think.
I did.
You did?
Just now. While we were talking, I studied it out, and it's good.
Shrimp fried chicken is good?
Shrimp fried chicken is good. I studied it out. I played out the possibilities, and I was like, yeah.
You did your musings?
So. Mm-hmm.
Did you get it peer reviewed, though?
I'm doing that now.
Oh, you are not my peer.
You guys. Oh.
We're on different levels, bud.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, thanks, NASA, for paying us to talk about God's fridge. Everybody, we should all try to make more beautiful things so that we can stick it to the sky.
If you want to, you can submit things to go on God's fridge on NASA's website. https://
www.nasa.com
//
I think it's .gov.
It's definitely .gov /science-research /earth-science gods-fridge-submissions.
So
Oh,
type all that in.
I just pulled it up.
We
It's
get-
actually not .com or .gov. It's .fun.
That tracks. That fits. Awesome.
Wait, no, it's .sun.
Oh, that's good.
Son.
.sun.
Like my 37 son. That's not a thing. That's not something.
No.
Is that a dog?
Dotson?
Dachshund?
Dachshund?
It's a dachshund. I
Dog.
think. A wiener dog?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes.
Never mind. I take it back. I rescind.
Rescind your dachshund.
I rescind the dachshund. He's gone. Awesome.
Bye.
Thank you, NASA. That's big. Real big of you guys. I'm glad that you stepped it up and made it to our level.
Yeah, you guys have come a long
guess,
ways.
I guess in a way they were Robert. They did give feedback, even though it wasn't.
Their feedback was just more science talk.
Yeah.
Just do more intellectual things. Let's talk about our ratings. Why don't we?
Oh?
Yeah, why not? Give me a reason. You won't. You're not down. Give me a reason.
What?
The reason is that it's in the schedule, honey.
A reason not to or a reason to?
He wasn't being specific, so I think you could give him a reason either way. And honestly, I'd be interested to hear.
I just need 13 of them.
13. We could do, okay, one's good.
Okay, we use a 15-point scale. We each can award up to 5 points. If the total score between the three of us is 15, it's a gold-rated product. 0 to 5, it's shit butt. 6 to 10, it's bronze. 11 to 14, it's silver. And again, 15 is gold. We award points for ease of use, accessibility, aesthetics, ethics and morals, and yes or no.
I'm more than willing to go first.
Do it. I'm into it.
Hell yeah. Ease of use, that's a point. Easy to do this. Accessibility? Yes. Yeah. Maybe not with a ton of frequency, but I'd say it's pretty accessible. Aesthetics, absolutely makes your butt feel good. And I'll give a point to anything that makes my butt feel good. Ethics and morals, yeah. Yeah, it's good. I got no qualms. Yes or no? Yes, that's a full 5 from the G-Man.
Right on.
Nice.
I'll go next. Ease of use. Yeah, absolutely. This is something that you don't even have to be good at this in any other context to be good at this and to be able to do this. Accessibility. Yeah, it's kind of the scenario has to be right and you have to be in the situation, but I feel like enough people, especially in America, find themselves in this situation relatively frequently. So yeah, it's pretty accessible. The aesthetics of it, I agree. Your body feels good. Your ass feels good.
Thank you.
Wait. Hang on.
Hang on, wait. So yeah, point for aesthetics. Ethics and morals, I can't imagine any qualms or issues that you could have with this, so I've got to give it a point for it. And yes or no, yeah, for sure. So that's another 5 from the T-Man.
Nice.
T-Man.
T-Man. I don't know about that. I don't think I'll do that again.
No, I don't think so either.
I think the only reason G-Man sounds good is because of Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. It's a good thing I have Jillian here to keep me grounded. Otherwise, I would think that T-Man sounds cool.
And I would enable you.
Oh, well, now it's time for J-Man to go.
Wait.
Let's see. Ease of use. Ease of using. I'll give it a point for that. Yeah. But for accessibility, I think no. Because this has to happen after like a specific set of circumstances, and that doesn't happen all that frequently for me. So I wouldn't consider that super accessible. Aesthetics, I'll give it a point for that. Yeah, you love to see it. Ethics and morals. Yeah, I can't think of a reason I would say no to this if somebody offered me the experience of it. Um, and in that, I think I will give it a point for yes. So 4 points from the J Man.
Right on. So between the T Man, J Man, and G Man, we got us a silver rated experience. That's fantastic.
That's so good.
I'm so happy to hear
Super.
that.
Silver, well
I
deserved.
like better than gold anyway. All of my jewelry that I wear regularly is silver.
I think I have like one piece of gold jewelry.
Yeah.
Almost everything is silver. Just looks better on me, you know?
I don't believe that gold is real.
Elaborate.
I don't know. I'm trying to make up science facts to please NASA. I don't, is that how facts work? Is that I don't know.
Yeah, you can just make them up. You can just say shit.
Just say that you don't think something exists.
Traditionally, all facts start with the phrase "I think."
That's very true. And if enough people think it, and if you can get numbers and stuff to support it,
And if you can get it peer reviewed.
and look, you're 2/3 of the way there.
Yeah, and if enough people think, then enough people am.
And on today, we got someone who think but is not am. And that person is
Me.
me.
It's a me.
It was me.
It's
Surprise! I fooled you all. I'm so smart. And I think that I have guessed what it is.
Do you want to do that out
Yeah,
loud?
do you want to repeat it for the audience?
Yeah, I can do that. So at first I thought it was just screaming really loud,
Mm-hmm.
and then I thought it was peeing after you've been holding it for a really long time. And now I do believe that it is actually what we have been reviewing is when you get out of your car after driving for a long time or sitting for a long time and you stretch really hard and really big and good that you just kind of let out an involuntary groan. Did I get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
More than less.
Okay, tell me what less.
Well, you kind of you mentioned everything, but you like separated them into separate guesses. So what we're actually reviewing is long car ride. You get out and then you stretch, and then you stretch so good that you pee and scream.
Well, I've never peed while stretching and screaming.
Oh, you gotta try it. It's so nice.
It is so good. It's so nice.
It really grounds you.
Release.
No.
Yeah, so it was stretching while on a long drive or on a road trip.
Got it.
Yeah, it's really good. Good job.
Look at me go.
Look at you go.
What an accomplishment. Where do I get my certificate printed out so that I can put it on my fridge?
I will email it to my work computer, and then I will email that to Ben, and then Ben can print it off because his computer is hooked up to the printer at work, and mine isn't.
And then Ben can fax it to me.
And Ben will fax it to Garrett, and then next time we visit Garrett, he'll have it for you.
Got it. Okay. That sounds great to me. That is like the most clear, unconvoluted process I could have imagined. So thank you.
I would like to see any federal government do it any better.
I'd like to see him do it half as good.
I'd like
that, please. Please.
Please.
I'd like to see any federal government just do it.
Just accomplish it.
I would love to see the federal government print off a certificate for the J-Man.
So, you guys in Washington, D.C. that are listening to this,
balls in your court.
Let me know. Balls in your court.
Yeah. And the J-Man, put it there.
Called out.
Yeah. NBA 2K24. It's a video game, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, do you want to give any plugs or shout outs, Jillian?
I'd like to thank my mom. No, not really. Shout out to you guys for making me laugh every week.
Yes.
And thanks for having me on and working my brain.
Hey,
You're welcome.
that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
I'll do a shout
So,
out to Jillian. You're really good at drawing and painting and art stuff, and
Oh,
that's
thank
really
you.
I
cool.
think you should submit something, and I think that God would put it on his fridge for sure.
Yeah. Okay, maybe that's my next project. The God's Fridge Initiative. The GFI, if you will.
GFI, good.
Yeah, so everybody
Not to
be
be
looking
confused with the ground fault interrupter that's on your circuits, like in the bathroom or kitchen. Different GFI.
different GFI. Different metrics for sure.
Well, this has been so fun. Thank you guys for listening. We'll do a quick sign off and then go have a good day or evening or whatever it is that you do after you listen to this. Sit and stare at the wall.
Wait until next week when the next episode comes out.
Yeah, wander in a circle, decompose in a forest,
Oh, that sounds nice.
whatever it is. This turned into my sign off because that's all I gotta say.
That's what else is there to say besides
So
wander
true.
into the forest and become one with the earth. Move past touching grass and become grass.
I can't imagine anything more beautiful.
You've been listening to
Oh, I
87.6.
hate it when he does this.
You've been listening to 87.6, the Fun Guy Network. For all you little mushrooms and decomposers out there, keep doing what you're doing, squelching around, and working off of the endless entropy of all living beings. Hell yeah.